Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Club Merrylands once again for the 2024-25 Champion of Club Champions pairs. We're just getting underway with the jack rolled for the first end in women's round 2 action. And today's stream we have Annette Fordham and Christine Key of Kingswood, and they're taking on the pair from Western Suburbs Women's, Anna Vukelic and Maria Calabrese. Kingswood have the mat for end number 1. And not a bad opening bowl from Annette Fordham. Kingswood, of course, out in the Penrith region of Western Sydney, part of the Nepean Highlanders region, on the gateway to the Blue Mountains. And Western Suburbs women, they're centred out of Western Suburbs League Sports Club at Croydon in Sydney's inner west. For those who are not really familiar, that's around about the Ashfield-Burwood region. They are part of Sydney Central and Southern region. Blue bowls being used by the Kingswood pair. So the darker bowls, the West's leagues. And it's 2 shots to West's to start the proceedings that they're holding to, I should say, after the leads bowls. So if you are looking for more information on the Champion of Club Champions, you can visit the Bowls New South Wales website. That's bowlsnsw.com.au. When you get to the homepage, you point your mouse at events. From the drop down, you'll have a selection of events. Off state championships, you'll see the Champion of Champions. Christine Key. A little bit wide on that delivery. Maria elects to stay on that forehand side. Wants to just get inside Annette's bowl. Sits in. Adds to the count. Just looks a better line from Annette. Speed, not too bad at all. So she's maybe even close to shot with that one. Great delivery. Maria, chance here just to arrive. That one's in behind the jack. Just to get to the bowl of the jack. The line, very good, but not quite got hold of the speed at this stage. The ladies played their opening match yesterday afternoon. The Mingara team had a good win over Wests yesterday morning. So Wests need a big win and a result in their favour from Kingswood this afternoon. Kingswood just need a one-shot victory to go into an effective elimination match this afternoon against Mingara Yesterday, the ladies played at St John's Park. It's in Merrylands, our headquarters for the Champion of Club Champions this year. Matches also being played at Cabramatta, Cabra Vale Diggers, Mount Lewis, Guildford, which is owned and operated by Merrylands, just down the road from here, and St John's Park. Looks to be a sunny day for the start of today, at least, anyway. Comparison with a little bit of drizzle around yesterday. Very few clouds. Hopefully we can get that for the entire day and a few more. One shot to Kingswood at the moment. There is a chance there, though, with that backhand side for Anna. She can get a little tuck around the corner. And yes, we did ask the players before we started to ensure they stood off the centre line. They both said they understood. Unfortunately, into the game, everything but the bowls has gone. She's not quite given that the chance to score. There is a nice backhand, slightly overplayed draw shot there. You can sit off that shot bowl, but ideally just give that jack a little touch around the corner for the West's players. Thanks, Gav. For Chris Key, she'll play the forehand. She wants to get down to those West's bowls. Wants to just drift inside that and keep running. Oh, it'll be another counter, perhaps, but hasn't covered those back ones. So that opportunity's still there for Maria Calabrese. Just wants to give this enough weight to give her a chance to sit the shot bowl or just trail the jack around the corner. She's punched the shot bowl through, so take a look to work out who's holding. Does think it's one shot to Kingswood. Annette Fordham. Chris Keat can play the same sort of bowl. Would like to add probably 2 feet to her last. Well, she's just got the edge of the West's bowl coming through there, so framed it up a little bit. Do you think that similar opportunity exists? Just bowl's a measure already, so just over the draw. He's on a tight line. A little bit of fortune, but gets the shot. It's one shot. One to West's. Just a reminder, our progress score updates will start tomorrow. Once we get to the knockout phase, we will have the progress scores being shown. I'm just having a look to consider whether that jack roll was long enough, I think, but plenty there. Matt's back at the tee. Anna on the backhand side. Just a little bit on the short side. Very good line with her opening bowl. Does mean Annette will go forehand just to play the open side. That's clean air. Good home in behind. A little bit on the long side. Just needs 3 feet or so on a previous bowl and has done that pretty well. Finishes just about jack high. Just a little on the high side from Annette. Good to be behind though. We'll swap over for the skips to play. But just a reminder, we will be bringing you coverage from each round of the Champion of Champion pairs today. 2 rounds of women's round 2 and women's round 3, live from here from Club Merrylands. And then tomorrow we get underway with the knockout stages. So knockout games on Wednesday, Thursday, and the finals on Friday morning. Next week our attention will turn to the Women's State Carnival, and we're scheduled to bring you the knockout stages of that on Thursday and Friday next week. We have just a little bit of a break before inter-region. Don't forget though, if you do enjoy watching our Bowls New South Wales live streams, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel and you won't miss any of the action. You can also like and follow us on Facebook. You can choose to get notifications, and we do put up a notice that we will be streaming on our Facebook pages, so you can get the link there to go to YouTube. Good effort from Maria Calabrese, just in behind the jack. Good cover, may even count. Chris Key opts to play the backhand side, wants to use those as breaks or just get in underneath. Done it very, very well. So we'll cross over for the leads to play there. Second set of bowls on this second end, with Kingswood holding one shot. Weston's with a pretty good position though. There's a nice forehand shot for them to sit the bowl or trailer jack. Probably a little kinder there. You'd be looking to be just outside, click that jack across to the two waiting bowls. Backhand side, you probably got to go a bit quicker to get underneath the bowls at the front. And the two blue bowls to the back left of screen, both Kingswood. And Vukelic lines up. Just adjusting the position on the mat. On coaching tip for people, you're probably better off to stand behind the mat, visualise your shot, then walk onto the mat to get your position. Just develop that as your shot routine. Just develop that little more consistency that you do the same thing each and every time. You're also making sure that you have your feet pointed where you want them to point for the shot, stepping out towards your aiming line. Did have it explained to me very simply as look to, step two, and swing two. Seems a little more intent on this one. Needs it to turn. Just going to crash on her own short bowl. Beauty of that one is she has got it out of the way for Maria. There's a lot of traffic on that side for Kingswood, so you can see they want to cover those two bowls. I'm not sure they're going to get right back to do it. That one probably comes to an exceptionally good position. They may be better off just to play that forehand side, try and get up and over their own bowl. It's about jack high, out to the left of screen. Your little punch on it, you can push it in. You can also get a winner off it to come in towards the shot. You just got to make sure you're not going to give the shot away. But the beauty is there, if you do play that and trail, you're beating West to it, so you're likely to get better position. And Maria sailing through. Does have the best two at the back now, so what does Kingswood cover? They go to the back or they try and cover the two just in behind? That's the question they need to answer. Chris Key. Looks like she's going to try and cover the two front, but, well, not really giving that one a chance. It's well short. Then has to point it out again. Not as much weight on this one. She's just underdone the grass. The same grass line as the previous, but drastically shorter. It's just a dead draw here for Key. She's going the backhand. I don't know if she can get back in to get another shot there. So it will be one shot to Kingswood. Well, they've got to look at the second as well. Two shots. Two ends played. Reminder, we are playing 21 ends of what's known around the world as traditional Aussie walking pairs. Lead plays two, skip plays two, and then we go back to the leads playing their second two. That only leaves the skips to play their second two as well. Dead ends are replayed, no respot in this competition. In sectional play, all ends must be played. 3 points a win in sectional play, 1 point for a draw. At the end of the 3 rounds, the team with the most points will win the section. Should the points be equal, we go back to countbacks. First countback margin, the difference between the total shots scored and total shots conceded. Should that margin be equal, the percentage comes into play. Basically, the team to have conceded the least number of shots will win the section. No calculations required there, because if you have conceded the least number of shots for the same margin, you will be on a better percentage. We are getting a reminder out to the players to stand off the centre line. They're just not realising, they're forgetting to remember that they're on a live stream, which we want them to do, but we don't want them to forget to stand off the centre line because all we can see is backs. It's a good start by both teams here, close for shot. Camera angle, probably can't tell who's got it. Not sure that teams are real confident on having shot there either. So if you have just tuned in, we're watching the Champion of Club Champions pairs. We're women's round 2. We're featuring Annette Fordham and Christine Key of Kingswood up against Annette Vukelic and Maria Calabrese from Western Suburbs Leagues. At the moment we've played 2 ends, it's 2-1, and we're coming to you live from Club Merrylands. Merrylands, of course, part of the Metro Northwest region. And the easiest way to describe it for those not that familiar with the Sydney area, Merrylands, the closest major city known would be Parramatta. Bankstown not that far away. We're not all that far from Cabramatta as well, one of the co-hosts. Clubs within 15 to 20 minutes travel of each other, which in metro terms is probably 10 to 15 kilometres. Well, Kingswood has a slight advantage here. I think they have 2 of the first 3 and the bowl just in behind. For Wests, probably an argument to play the forehand around the shorter bowls. They've got their own bowls to turn up. If they were 2 down, they could probably play the backhand side with a bit more freedom. I think it's only 1 though. But even then, if they keep a tight line and just slightly overplay it, they can get a result off the bowl to the right from Kingswood, or sit the back one. And a little trail to the left of screen is a good result as well. For Kingswood, make sure you're not on a tight line, up and over your own on that backhand side. That's pretty good home as well. A nice safe line. Depends on how much you're going to back yourself. Anna is lining up on that forehand side, I believe. Just wants to get up and over her own bowl, just out to the left of screen. Wants some running on that though. It's a good line for it, but bit of a postcard, I think. For those wondering what I mean, the slogan on postcards was always "Wish you were here." I'm just going to crash on the green bowl. West will still persist to try and go up and over their own bowl on the forehand side. Might be the safer shot at this stage. I think that's a little bit of a high line. He's a good home though, and it may just lead to Maria deciding to come backhand with a slightly tight line. 3-4 feet of weight can trail back to those for 3. Slightly wide, you can get a winner off the blue bowl to the right of screen. Or if you thread the hole, you sit the blue bowl clean. If you're slightly tight, get your own chance that you can hang around and get shot with that nice 3 to 4 feet of weight. Kingswood, though, they'll try and take that shot away here. It's a decent effort from Chris Key. That does make it a lot harder there for the Wests team. Still there for Maria, but she's just got to be a little more careful. Just a little on the tight side. Well, gets a very favourable little rub. Doesn't change the head though. That backhand side still available though. That bowl locked up against the Kingswood bowl. So just been a little cautious with the line here. And it's suggesting that Maria should come and have a look at this head. There is a... You need to have good weight control here for West. They could drop. Maybe 3 or 4 if they take their own out without any luck. And just get one roll out of their own bowl at the front though to make shot. Well, early doors, probably a good idea to play this forehand side. She's very tight. I think it's going to be shot to Kingswood. We can have a look at the second. No, just the one. Kingswood just extends out that lead. Slightly longer jack roll than we've had before. And it's a good starter from Annette Fordham. Kingswood's just had the slight better of the opening 3 ends. They're leading 3 shots to 1. So on a 2 and a 1 to their opponent's single. Well, that's a good reply from Anna. Very close for shot. Does force a change of hands for Annette. Switches over to the backhand. Her own bowl is on that way to run up. And very good bowl. Changing hands, we often see people fall short, so she's known to make sure she was up, in behind the jack. Very good position. Oh, Anna's going to stick with the backhand side. Provided she misses and it's bowl, we'll come to a good home. That is a very good bowl. That one's the shot. Great bowl. Chris Key. Well, backhand's the best option for the Kingswood girls. Their bowl on the way in. They also have the best bowl on the trail there. Chris is just going to be slightly under the line. Probably needed, well, that line's okay with an extra 3 metres of weight or so. Wanted to be through the head. Maria opts to go across the backhand side, or switch across the forehand side, I should say. Anything but tight is good, and misses enough tight to not do any damage. Chris giving this one a big chance. Gets the little slide and run. I've just worked out that no more bowls to play this end. Got excited, wanted to play another one, but it's not her turn. Had she played that bowl, we'd go and refer to the laws for a bowl played out of turn, and there's a number of options there. The opposition gets to decide whether to have that bowl replayed. Taken out of the head, or a couple of other options. But it's Annette Fordham coming down the backhand side. Does not want to touch that one and just slides underneath. Ends up in a pretty good home. And up. Well, she's also going to play the backhand side. There is a couple of results available for the Wests girls on this hand. They can just thread the needle. A tiny little touch is very good for them. Probably want a more narrow line. We can draw it around that bowl. It's just not going to quite run. It does change the dynamics of this head a little. Well, she's indicating jack high. Get inside that. Do you think you need to probably get inside and split those two Wests bowls out to the right of screen? That won't help Wests either. Wests have a bowl on the right on the way in. This one's a jack high. You can afford to play through this head. You just get your own onto the jack, you're good. You've got a couple of catches out to the right. Come past it, set the shot bowl through. You might be 2 or 3. Arrive with positive intent. Maybe not going big weight, but you just want to arrive down to this head with enough to turn the shot bowl through. And, well, a bit unlucky there. It was a very good attempt, but has actually tidied that head a bit up for the Wests girls. They do have 2 bowls on the back to the right of screen. Can arrive with a little bit of intent. It's their own bowl on the centre line on the way up, which you roll up is good. They do have probably second and third shot as well. Can sit the jack high shot bowl, but any touch on that jack through 2 feet could possibly make 3. So the Kingswood ladies, they'll be looking at how to cover that up. 2 options, either try and beat them to the shot, or as Chris has opted, she's going to try and play the backhand. You really want to get out and around the bowls and down to the ones at the back. And well, let's change that head up a little bit, but still 1 to Kingswood. I think Maria now can afford to reach that last Chris Key bowl with up to 5 or 6 feet of weight. You hit it right on the back, you roll it onto the jack. They're trying to get to draw on the backhand side. There's a lot of traffic there. Not sure it's going to be real simple to thread that needle. Maria's underneath where she needs to be. I like the weight better, but I like it on the forehand side. She's now also got another one at the back. So everything at the back, bar 1, is Wests. So they're 3 to 1 with that jack moving 1 foot to 6. That's 30 centimetres to nearly 2 metres. You can afford to reach. You'd be exceptionally stiff to hit those bowls on the centre line and move your own without getting any motion on the jack. You get enough just to push your own bowl through 2 feet, 60 centimetres or so. The jack should spring out to the right, your bowl follow, you'd be holding 3. Tough ask for Kingswood to cover that. Wants to negotiate around. Well, she's turned her own up, but no real change to the lay of the head. So Maria has switched to the forehand. Wants this to hold up and get the shot onto the shot. Well, she's 1 bowl narrow. Great attempt. One more to Kingswood. 4-1 after 4 ends, about 21 have been played. Just a little bit on the tight and short side with the opening bowl. Needs to correct for that for a second. We have highlighted in our previous streams the importance of the lead setting up the head. The lead, who plays very well and dominates, puts their team very firmly on the front foot. Gives them a chance more to attack, to play with great confidence, knowing they've got the better position. Jack high, decent correction. Annette just needs to take a metre and a half, 2 metres off her previous bowl. She has corrected quite well. That'll be close to shot. Maria indicates about half a metre to 3/4 of a metre through. Good position though. Chris Key playing the forehand, just wants to get inside. Last bowl from Anna. The line is good. We're expecting the green to be a little bit quicker. Quite a lot of rain over the weekend in the Sydney area. And just a little sprinkle yesterday and a little splash overnight, I believe, just to keep the green slightly damp, softer. Chris decides that the backhand, the clear air, is the better option and plays an absolute cracker. Maria's a good line, just not quite got this on the right speed. Annette now playing. So here at Club Merrylands we have on rink 1 Golgong and a Rimba. On no, we don't. We got Valentine and Pittwater, Clovelly and Seaforth, Penrith and Gunnedah, the Hills and Glenbrook on our adjacent rinks. The next one across is Mossman and Sutherland. And then we've got, of course, our streaming rink here on this screen. Not sure I can give you too many score updates. Can't quite see all the scoreboards, unfortunately. Do know this is the third state event we've seen the Gunnedah pair, Charlie and Ella Cameron, playing it. And of course, they were the Northwest Region Women's Pairs champions, competed at Ballina. They were also a pair entered in the New South Wales Junior Girls Pairs Championship, held recently at Merimbula. And then competing today in the Champion of Club Champions. Couple of our junior blues, well, hopefuls and incumbents. Ella being in the under-18 stateside. Younger sister Charlie probably would be in consideration. Here we've got Kingswood holding one shot. And there's a nice little set of picket fence out the front, making it a little bit difficult for the two skippers. And Chris Key is just trying to find the port on that forehand side. Would actually be good for it to get back to the back of the rink. There are 3 Wests bowls out to the back left, and any contact on that shot bowl is where that jack will spring towards. Maria Calabrese has a chance to play with a tight line, to get contact on that shot bowl. Certainly got the weight to do it. Just needs to, I think, to get underneath the front bowls through the little port with the 2 bowls short near the centre line. It's very... That does make it even more difficult for her though. She can play the backhand, or the forehand side now with a bit more weight. Going to stick with the backhand. Do think she's got to get one more to Kingswood. 5-1 after 5 ends. Good start from Annette. Annette playing the backhand. Seems to favour the backhand, but this occasion I do think it's probably the better option as that bowl just to the left of the centre line. And there's clear road down to the jack. And she's missed in the right area. In behind, good opener. So Annette, I think she'll be looking to add, well, anything up to a metre on her previous bowl. Wants to get in behind. A little bit high on the line. Tight line would not have hurt then. Anna, well, that looks to be a little bit on the narrow side. Going to go underneath. Line is okay if you're trying to trail the jack, but jack high, you're sort of sitting out in an area unlikely to score. So Chris Key wants to add another counter. Would be a good idea to just get him behind. She's got the other counter. Not too bad. A reasonable position for the trail on that backhand side as well. So you have to say Maria has played a couple of bowls on the tight side, so you'd have to consider that you may need to cover that trail. Has improved the line and has dropped the weight off. Still that chance of the backhand draw here. Just need to get in and close. Slightly overcorrected on the weight, but comes in beautifully for a good second shot. Only a matter of 15 centimetres or so too much of a correction. The 15 to 30 centimetres extra weight on that would have been right down near the jack. I think it does lock in Kingswood to play the backhand now as well. It's the clear road in. Risk a little tap on that last bowl. Turn it up for shot if they play forehand. Just want another one in that head. Be a little bit more secure, and that's it. Very well played. Play with a lot of confidence here, though, the West girls. One nice one they can sit on it. They're not going to make it worse. Is following the line shown to her. This one right down to the jack. Very well played. Toucher as well. This one's a chance as well, but just going to run past. Well, repeat your last bowl. Add 15 centimetres. Finish in behind. Cover the back bowl. Don't want to be tight. Got a little slide and run past. Has finished in a very good home. A couple of good bowls here in a row. First one from Annette and then from Anna. Chris Key. I think this is a little bit of a high line. Well, it's come to an extremely good home. I think it does tell Maria where she needs to finish. Keeps that high line and gets down in between the two bowls. She's been a great home. That is an absolute spectacular bowl. Might block off the little push through the hole. West's holding two. Oh, I like the tight line, but it needs a lot more weight than that to hold it up. Crash into the shot bowl. Jack would spit out either side. I think it would go out to the right, which would be advantageous to the Kingswood players, but chance Maria just to repeat her previous bowl. Apologies there, we went back onto the replays for some reason. To the Wests. Matt taken right back to the tee. Anna, just a little on the narrow side. Chris also a little bit on the short side, so the length change has just caught the players out a little. Do believe the Wests have got the better of it though. The two green bowls from Anna, the ones that count. Maria's got another one in there as well, so good length change at this point. Kingswood Major must be feeling a little bit of pressure here. Haven't quite got the speed and line combination right in the opening four bowls. That's their second closest. The light blue bowl out to the right, just behind Jack High, is their closest, but I think it is 3 to Wests as we change over for the Leeds to play their second set of bowls on this end. Anna. Do you think this is a fairly simple equation as far as Wests go? Just keep adding to this head. Nothing to cover. Just try and get them, keep getting them closer. Add this pressure to the Kingswood pair. Scores 5-3 after 6 ends. Just got to miss the short bowls. Well, it's not going to stop in time. Chris Key wants to get this one down. Looks like she's given it a bit of a push, and that's their closest one. Rolled back. Still going to be only 3 though. It hasn't changed the standing of the head. Well, that's their own bowl, so it just wants to get past it. Got the little chunk, but did not run on enough to count. This is Annette Fordham. Wants to get that in. Very good correction on a previous. Big save. Well, the short bowls strike again. That will make that look like a wall in front. Plenty of room to draw around it, but from the mat end, that'll cover up the view of the jack. Now, there's another one into that little pack on the short. Pretty well down. Just gets the outside. Well, a little bit of a safe weight here. Will be one more to Kingswood, I think. Well, the 7-end mark, it's Kingswood leading 6-3. The popular wisdom says just over 3/4 of the time, the team leading after 7 ends will go on to win. It's a very narrow margin. We'll see if that comes true in this match. We've only scored 9 shots in 7 ends. 2 twos and 5 singles. So just a reminder, we will be bringing you live scores from tomorrow from the remaining matches when we get down to the round of 32. The live scores pop up on the screen momentarily. They are linked to another spreadsheet. They come on with our triggers on our broadcast setup. I apologise, trying to keep them off, but when I replay, the trigger is run. Brings all the bugs back onto the screen. I designed it that way. I don't know how to turn it off. I will remove them straight away. It's not too bad of a start there from the players, just a little bit long apart from the one from Kingswood. Decent home behind. Being a miss long is our mantra. Chris Key on the backhand. Just wants to beat the bowls that are slightly long. High line. Had the weight to get shot, just went a little on the wide side. It's a good line from Maria, all down to the speed. Just dropped that one a little on the short side. Chris just needed to tighten the line a little bit, and she's done it. That one's shot. Was this one to turn in? Close for second there. The shot bowl, I think it's about a bowl and a bit short of Jack High. Certainly not in the way to play the backhand draw for either team. Kingswood, probably the best option is to try and draw through, just through that bowl. A couple of chances for a winner there, and also to get good position. Can afford that tight line on that hand. Can also get a winner off that bowl. Got the slide. Well, it hasn't hurt the position at all for Kingswood. And they're going to like to play the other side where there's no chance to push that one in. It's going to be underneath the blue bowl, in front of Maria when we swap to the head end camera. She has got that line to be well inside it. All down to a speed here. Not quite going to pull up quickly enough. Line was very good. Takes a couple of feet off a previous bowl. Should be close. Just wants this to run down to the shot bowl. Well, slightly overcorrected. Chris Key just wants to draw down past her own bowl. Done it very well. That's another shot to them. So Maria, at least 2 down. Oh, it needs to be underneath that blue one there. The line is actually pretty good. It's just a couple of metres past. Chris wanted to add. Just got a little timid with the weight on that one. Maria, just a little energetic. We'll have a look at 2 and then, well, 2's all it's at. Is, but that takes Kingswood out to an 8-3 lead. That's back 2 metres off the tee. We'll roll to the tee, so quite a long end. Good start from Annette at Fordham. Can Anna match that one? Wests probably need to score a couple in the next few ends just to not let Kingswood start to run away with this game. A little bit on the shy. There's a brilliant grass line. Annette really wants to match or beat her previous bowl. Would love to be behind. Oh, it's not too bad. Anna needs up to 2 metres. Still the one shot for Kingswood. We're on end number 9 here at the Champion of Club Champion pairs. Coming to you live from Club Merrylands. It's women's round 2 of sectional play. 21 ends. Dead ends are replayed. Section winners will proceed to the knockout stage, which commences this afternoon for the men and tomorrow morning from the women. We will have live progress scores updates available on our screen from tomorrow morning. All ends in sectional play must be completed. Because the countback can be made of difference between shots scored and shots conceded, should teams finish equal on win points. Well, a little bit of good fortune not to have taken her own bowl out then. Further shot to Kingswood. Annette Fordham, good starter on this 10th end. Notice that particularly in this direction, Anna chooses to play her backhand most often. Probably a good practice for a lead to pick one side of the green, try and stay to it as much as possible. Also in the fours where you can have very little traffic in your way. May need in pairs to swap over and play the other hand when playing in the third position. Annette just added a little bit of length to that bowl, finished in behind, not too bad at all. Needs to arrive. A little bit of an overcorrection, but much better to miss long than to miss short. Chris Key, this looks to be on a pretty good line. Just gets a little touch on the jack back to her teammate's bowl. Kingswood now holding 2. Maria. Quick on the mat there. Maybe he should have taken a little more time. Has not really given that bowl any chance whatsoever. Chris, though, her opening bowl was very good. Really try and repeat the dose with this one. Got a little timid with the weight, though. Well, teammate said draw around that one. Gave her an indication of jack high. I actually think she may need to come underneath it. Just like this. Very good. Now, Kingswood think they still have one shot. It was a very good effort from Maria Calabrese. On that forehand side here, there's a chance to come down into that head just to draw to the jack. Right. Heading away, the jack. Kingswood holding. They might be better off just to get plenty of protection in, make Western Suburbs change this head. Kingswood don't need to go chasing shots. They've got a comfortable 9-3 lead after 9 ends. Rather than risk giving the shot away and giving a little momentum to West, they might be better off just to load this head up just like that. Probably wanted to be just in behind, but good home. West have to arrive. Well, we do know who will be streaming this afternoon. It's Ettalong up against Clavelli. And we saw Karen Croker in the state singles up at Ballina. Anastasia Katselis and Karen Croker playing Louise Baldwin and Rosalind Madgwick this afternoon. It's scheduled for 1 p.m. Not sure we'll be quite on time there. We'll try and get it as close to 1 as we possibly can. We still have 11 ends after this to complete, so we're around halfway through this match. Oh, we may just be able to get close to that 1 p.m. time. All grown, pretty close there, no banana. Not even wanting to get close here, wanting the backwood to cover those west bowls at the back, not quite down to it. This one's closer. Just underneath. They'll have a close look. Back that 1.5 metres or so off the tee again. Slightly shorter length this time. Good opener from Anna this time. Annette, she's corrected a weight, but just a little too much. And Anna in behind. We're now approaching the halfway point of this match. Just collected the outside of the closest west bowl. Good home from Maria in behind. That'll be close to counting as well. Well, West's lead Anna just, it was a measure, I think. Might have been somebody else. I can just hear the comments coming in. The chance here for West, though, play the forehand side. A little bit of confidence. You can get a straight and down the line off the Kingswood bowl. You've got the three on the centre line waiting to catch. In fact, you've got four of them there waiting with a metre or more movement of the jack. Any trail for you is really good. And therefore, Kingswood, they need to make sure they're up. If they miss long. Get cover at the back. Well, it just changes how far you need to take it. Does give it a little bit of cover, but it's still available. A bit of a high line here. Pretty good effort. There's another one in the catching paddock. Little touch on it. Oh, that's an excellent home. That's given them some really good protection from the trail. Wants this to hold and run. Not sure who has shot there. It's indicated measure there before. West slightly less advantage than previous. The jack high bowl may well be shot. Chris Key wants this to get down a bit quicker. Coming into a good home. Ray just wants this to get back down to the centre line. Wants under that bowl. Got the little edge. Just took the speed off on her. She would have been pretty close without that contact. Oh, once the second would have moved the jack across. Probably one to West's there with the front bowl. Oh, it's a measure according to Anna. Maria's got a chance here just to play with confidence. Only one roll on her own, definitely be shot inside, sit on the blue bowl. Gone wide. I'll put the tape on to work out who's got shot. They want to put the tape back on it. Oh, there's one to Kingswood. Oh, Annette, reasonable start. Just a little bit past. Can correct from there to get a good one with the second. Oh, Anna, good line, just didn't quite give it the send it needed. Just needs to correct back on the weight. I think she's changed her hand though and given this one a little bit more of a push just to make sure she was arriving. And it add a metre or so, 3 feet on her previous bowl. It'll be just a bit off target. We do hope you're enjoying Bowls New South Wales YouTube presentation of the Champion of Club Champion pairs. We're coming to you live from Club Merrylands. It's sectional play, women's round 2 this morning. Women's round 3 coming to you this afternoon. The men's side of the competition kicks off with the first round of knockout this afternoon. And tomorrow we'll be at the round of 32 for both the men and the women. And we'll start to bring you live score updates on our screen once we hit that round of 32 tomorrow morning. We have completed 11 ends of the 21 scheduled to be played. All ends must be completed in sectional play. Dead ends are replayed. 3 points for a win, 1 for a draw. The team with the most win points at the end of the most points at the end of sectional play will be the one to progress to post-sectional knockout phase. Should there be equal points, the team with the biggest difference between total shots scored and total shots conceded, that is the margin, they'll be the team to proceed. If the margins are equal, the team with the lowest shots conceded will take the section. Of course, then Bowls Link, you'll see that as percentage. The highest percentage wins the section. And if you have equal margin, the lowest shots conceded must be the one with the highest percentage. Mathematical fact, you can prove it if you like. I'd prefer a bit further away from me. All right, so do you think West's holding the advantage here at present? Just looking to add to that advantage. Both their bowls on the way in on that side. Can get a little touch on that bowl. Well, she's beaten the side one. It's 2 shots to West's as the head stands at the moment now. Two Kingswood bowls on the way in on that side of the green. Just needs to take a slightly tighter line. Was coming back, but extra weight just guided it around those bowls. Still 2. Oh, her reaction told you that. She just give the arm a flick. Did not hit the aiming point she was after. Maria's not going to quite get back to where she wants either. It's a better line. Just needs to sneak inside those bowls. Very well played. Well, there is a chance here for Maria to play with a bit of positive intent. With a nice tight line, she can sit that shot bowl. But even better, you get a touch on the jack. Well, luck's a fortune. It was really too wide for what she was after. Got a nice little glide. Whacks onto the shot bowl. And gets a big result out of it. Yeah, tape have to go on this. It was very much a bit of good fortune. Did give herself the chance to do it. There was that opportunity. But really, I don't think she was hitting the target she was after. Managed to move the jack towards her own bowls, so... And we actually have somebody who carries wedges. Very well done. Got to work out which one is the closest of the Kingswood bowls. Well, I measured one of the West's bowls to see if it's in to start with. I wonder whether the ones at the back are in any consideration as well. One beats that one. Does it beat the back? That's the big question as well. I'd have been better off to determine which is the Kingswood bowl that was closest. Because now they're going to say, oh, what about the one at the back? Well, not going to worry about the one at the back. It is 4 to West. A little bit of good fortune. See, she gets a little chunk off the front one, then the shot bowl, trails the jack. Good starter from Anna. The line looks really good from behind, but just going to pull up a little bit shy. From the mat end, it will look closer. Oh, Annette's in for shot with that one. We cross over for the skippers to play their opening bowls of this 13th end. Still a 4-shot advantage on the main scoreboard to Kingswood. Kingswood, I believe, are holding shot at the moment with the ball on the centre line. Just to beat her bowl, it's about jack high there. It could well actually be shot, but not sure. Doesn't want any contact on that. Well, it's rolled it a little closer. It would look the better hand to play from the mat end. The backhand side for the right-hander. Just want to find the port. Chris is going to be slightly under the line as well. So it's a teammate, the path she needs to take. Still taking a fairly high line though. Chris decided to try and go round the pack. Hasn't quite sent that one.